Hey folks, Mr. Dell here. We are looking at a circle graph and trying to interpret this circle graph as far as what it's saying, as far as our quantity. So let's talk. This is from CPM's course 3, and this is section 8.2.1, specifically number 8-51. It says enrollment in math courses at Kennedy High School in Bloomington, Minnesota is shown in the pie chart at the right. It says if there are 1,000 students enrolled in math courses, approximately how many students are enrolled in algebra? Then it asks in geometry and in calculus. So this is a pie chart, but if you look at it, it's a three-dimensional, right? You can kind of see the shape of that circle, but then you see the edge of it. So it's just a three-dimensional pie chart. So what we're really going to look for is we're going to look at that circle, how much of that circle is represented by algebra, geometry, and calculus, when all of it, all of it is actually 100%, right? Which is 1,000 students. So if you can connect this part of the pie and then all the way through to the end, that part right there is half, right? You can see that cutting it in half. So that's half the circle. So algebra, so I could actually say algebra plus the calculus, those two courses have a total of 500 students enrolled together, right? Because we're looking at algebra and calculus. So I know together there's about 500 because that's half of the 1,000. So at this point, it's a matter of using some approximation then to determine how much of this sliver here is just calculus versus the rest. So it is an approximation. So I may say that probably there would be a good approximation. Maybe that's approximately 50 students in calculus, which would leave 450 in algebra. So we can say approximately 450 in algebra, and then also approximately based on that's half, it would be approximately 50 in calculus, 50 students. So the big thing is to make sure that you see that's half. So whatever you get, whatever you could say 440, you could say 420 even, as long as this number and this number add up to be 500, because we know for sure that's half. All right. So what about geometry? If I look at geometry, gets cut there. So if you think about that perspective, this piece of the pie looks like it's about a quarter, right? So this is half of the half, so it's a quarter. So how much is a quarter of? So 1/4 of 1,000, that would be 250. So we would say about 250 students in geometry. Okay, approximately, and this is that little squiggly sign is approximately. So approximately 250 for geometry, approximately 500 students, or 550 students in calculus, and 450 in algebra. There you go.